Hey guys, welcome to Step It Up. We're going to be trying something a little bit different this week with a new filming style. So if you're new to the channel, Step It Up is part of the Unpuzzled community, where every couple of weeks we puzzle together, building up to bigger and more complicated puzzles as time goes on. If you like these videos, be sure to check out the main Unpuzzled website. The link will show up right here on the screen. Where in addition to our YouTube channel, we have blog posts that go more in depth on framework, theory, and the tips and tricks you can use to succeed. You could also check out our Instagram for blog announcements and cool puzzles I either complete or find in the wild. 2 weeks ago on Step It Up, we did an online jigsaw puzzle, and I told you guys a bit about my background. Promised that we would keep things nice and easy, and we did. And now we're going to be breaking into the actual world of jigsaw puzzles and start with a 100-piece. So go ahead and grab your starter puzzle. So also keep in mind the type of puzzle you choose. The one I have here is probably a variation between a high grid puzzle and a character puzzle. I chose it because there's a lot of separation of color and textures between the various objects and characters, and I can see a tightly defined grid system at work in the image. So like we just talked about in the size blog post, just because you're working on a smaller puzzle doesn't always mean it's going to be easier. So if you have a 100-piece gradient puzzle sitting in front of you right now, good luck to you. So let's get started on our puzzles. Like all puzzles I do, I start with flipping over every piece and pulling out the edges. This is a bit of a spoiler for blog readers when we get to week 7 in the masterclass. I will be repeating this idea a lot. Set up your framework well and the process will get so much easier. In a 100-piece puzzle, you're looking at approximately 20 to 30 pieces making up the edges. This means you immediately break the puzzle up into 2 smaller challenges, one puzzle of, say, 30 pieces, and then another puzzle of, say, 70 pieces. So for this particular puzzle, I'm going to sort by color. I think there's a lot of different choices I can make here, and there may be a lot of choices you can make for your puzzle. Once you start doing puzzles more often, you'll start to get a sense for what the best sort for a puzzle is. Sometimes it's object-based, sometimes it's texture-based, sometimes it's piece shape-based. It all really depends. So once everything's all sorted, you're off to the races. Like last week, I don't want to go too in-depth on any theory or strategies at the risk of overwhelming us and keeping us on track. So let's recap week 1 and add a few more fun facts as we work at putting together our objects. Hopefully you guys can see the image on my screen starting to come together. Dinosaurs are taking shape, colors are blending together, and everything is just getting really satisfying. So in week 1, we talked about why do we puzzle, which you probably know and read if you're already here. But to surmise, although there's a negative stereotype of puzzling out there that really limits the puzzling community to a few demographics, puzzling has been shown to be just for about anyone. It's one of the most accessible activities out there, and anyone can do it. It's also really beneficial and can improve your memory, your problem-solving ability, your attention to detail, among numerous other things. Jigsaw puzzles have also been around since the 18th century, when world maps were cut up and used as geography teaching tools that needed to be put back together in the correct order. So at least puzzles have evolved from those days, right? Imagine if someone told me I needed to put Montana in the correct place compared to Idaho. I would just have no clue. Also, before the pandemic kickstarted puzzle sales by thousands of percentages, puzzles thrived during the Great Depression, according to puzzle collector Bob Armstrong. Many unskilled workers who found themselves out of jobs crafted and created jigsaw puzzles. Images lean toward the exotic and the foreign, allowing those who couldn't travel an escape. And the most exciting thing I've learned in my research is that there is a jigsaw puzzle museum in the Philippines. It's recognized by Guinness, the one that does the world records and all that, as having the largest collection of puzzles in the world. So if the Step It Up collection reaches 1 million views, I promise I will travel to the puzzle museum and vlog the experience for anyone who wants to see it as badly as I do. And now that we've learned a bit of fun facts about puzzles and chatted a bit, you'll see that I am starting to put together the last couple of pieces. So let's get to that last piece. If you're a bit behind me, feel free to pause the video now and catch up, and we will finish together. All right, and there's the last piece. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. We have successfully finished our first Step It Up jigsaw puzzle together. The next video will be out in 2 weeks, and a blog post was just posted yesterday, and you can go ahead and check that out on the Unpuzzled website.